Not their fault, but I really thought that this was a darn tough exchange retailer, and they are not. And I've got some items that I want to buy, but I want to save my business for somebody that would do the exchange a couple pair, buy a pair, buy a new filter. And I'm disappointed. Lone Pine has a retailer that'll do the exchange, but I didn't go to Lone Pine. I skipped it. Next place is Mammoth Lakes. It's a little ways north, but I can make it. Alright, I am really glad I came by this place. They don't do the exchange either, but they have a 20% off sale right now. So I needed socks. And my filter is getting very slow. So rather than continuing to fight with the filter, I'm just going to replace it. Now I need to start thinking about my resupply. So it's noon. Checkout's supposed to be at 11, but they let me have an extra hour. I don't know how 2 pairs of socks made it so difficult to get everything into the bag. And then I don't have my hat. And I don't know if I've seen that hat since I took a shower in Independence. So I need to get a hat, probably eat something, and then start figuring out how to get back down to Independence and back onto the trail. So I really thought I checked well yesterday, and I didn't think the next bus heading south was until 5 o'clock. Looks like if I had walked north instead of to the south side of town, I could have caught a bus down to Independence. But I'm going to try to hitch. It's been about an hour. I don't understand. I'm all cleaned up and pretty. Kind of surprised that it was that hard to hitch out of town. So after an hour and a half, I took a little break inside, got another soda, and it's like a mile and a half to the bus stop, and I think it's around 6 o'clock. There's a bus that'll head me down that way, and I kind of wanted to hit the bank, hit the ATM, so I'm just going to walk up there, stop trying to hitch, since I know the bus will take me, get me some cash, maybe eat a little something more, and just wait for the bus. Doesn't look like I'll make it to the trail today, but you never know. It's 6:15. I got tired of trying to hitch, just not an easy town to hitch out of. And so I'm going to catch the bus. I think I've got about a half hour before it gets here. I looked online. I paid about $12, $13 for an $80 hat. So first chance I get, I'm writing my name and phone number in it. Well, I'm back. 7:15. Doubt I can get up to the trailhead, so I'm going to find a place to sleep. Either a cheap place or a free place. It's 8:15. I was sitting at the gas station sipping my Diet Coke, and a gentleman saw me, offered me a ride. Didn't know where I was going yet. Said, "You want to go to Bishop?" I was like, "I'm going up to the trail." He goes, "I'll give you a ride to the trail." He hadn't been up here for a while. I tried to pay him for gas and he wouldn't take it. So instead of trying to find a spot to camp around town, probably the smart thing to do is go over to the campground rather than trying to go up the trail at this time. But 2 problems solved at once. Where am I going to camp, and how am I going to get to the trail? People are pretty amazing. Well, this is where I slept last night. $30 a night, and at the campground, I'm not paying that just to lay down. There's some old foundations up here. Little shack up there had the door jimmy open, but it was supposed to be locked, and so that was trespassing. So this was nice. Wasn't within view of people down the parking lot, and ready to drop off some trash and get started. Going up that way, and I know you've seen this all before. It's been non-stop hikers coming down the other way. One of them, a hiker that I thought gotten a day ahead of me, apparently was a few days behind. Came up from that way. And yes, the pack's heavy and I'm going slow, but that's all right. If I had caught that early afternoon bus yesterday, had a nice chill hike up to here, camped out, been close enough to make up and over Kearsarge Pass in the morning while everything was still crunchy. I spent an hour talking to a gentleman that appears to be homeless, has, I wouldn't say the proper gear, and didn't really seem to know what was going on the trail. So spent an hour going over with his paper like road map, helping him make notes on where he's going to need to get off to avoid the washed out bridges and that. Now I'm more than a little worried about him, but I just hope that whenever he gets up here and gets tough, nobody to judge or to see him turn around, he just heads back down to town. Spends a day or two up here just getting the peace and quiet he needs. Anyway, I'll be thinking about him a lot. Coming up from up there, things are pretty slushy. Quarter afternoon, and I'm starting to post hole a bit. Going up that way. There's that area where I got off trail a few days ago. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where I camped 2017. I'm coming from over there. And I think a lot of snow's already melted. Just in the few days since I've been through here. I'm going that way. Plenty of other hikers going up. Everybody says that the footprints are frozen in good enough even to be able to go through this late in the day. Switch been back from up there. And I can't go look at the video that easy. But there's going to be a switchback. And I think I can see the trail mostly melted out all the way up over the pass. So it's thawing quick. Well, here I am again. Read that. Anyway, switch back, going around that way. Ready to find some water. I didn't bring any up, and I thought I would have found a stream by now. So to get back to the Pacific Crest Trail, just slightly different. This trail goes over, and the one that I took up is down there a little ways. Not much difference in mileage, just thought it'd be better than backtracking the whole way. Still gonna have sloppy snow. Pretty sure that's the stream I found a life straw in, which would mean the rock I slept on is right over there. Gonna see if I can get it, if I can see it. going that way. That's Bullfrog Lake. And I just want to say I remember more snow whenever I hiked down there a few days ago. I don't know how much more, but still pretty up here. And I'm going around there. Down there, right around the edge of the lake. You can see the path that I took a few days ago. But up here, and this is supposed to be a downhill trail. It hasn't felt like downhill. I'm coming from this way. I'm going up that way. Still have a lot of stretches of snow. And I'm post-holing bad. I don't know, it seems like I post-hole worse than other hikers. Guess I'm just thick. Seen a lot of hikers today. A lot coming down. Seen some going up. And I try to tell all the hikers I can about dried grapes. Just trying to tell everyone about dried grapes. It's about raising awareness. Notice I started going uphill again. Check the map, I'm back on the PCT. I didn't see a sign or anything, or an intersection of trails, but here I am. It's like 4:30. I've done 7.5 miles. I feel like I've already put in a 20-mile day. Coming from over there. Just saw this spot and said, I could probably find a campsite or a place to lay down on a rock. But Glen Pass, 2 miles and up there. And only 4:30. Not a lot of places to camp right after the pass. And I do like doing the passes whenever the ice is crunchy enough for my spikes. So in about a mile, then I can find a place to camp and have some water. That's why I have 6 days of food for just a 60-mile stretch, because I know that sometimes I'm going to have to call it an early day. Down there, Charlotte Lake. I'll try to get you a picture of that. All the mountains in the background, you almost get used to them, but it's still just like, how awesome is it that I get to hike up here? Coming from that way, another view of Charlotte Lake. There's a ranger station down there. Wonder what that ranger does all day. But I'm going up that. Trail's going to go up and around, and it looked like there would be a flat spot that I hope to find a spot to camp at. A hiker who went by me pretty quick a little earlier just passed me going the other way. Said that it looked like a no-go. He's going back down to the forest, find a spot to camp, and he'll hit it again in the morning. So he's doing the smart thing. I might end up following him before long. Yeah, I'm kind of burned out on the rocks. came from over there. The trail's just right, I think it's right at the base of that rock. And this is a tent site that was marked on the app. I think I can fit my tent there better than backtracking a mile. And I don't know, it looks sketchy. So I'll be glad to be doing it in the morning with the spikes. Now I just need to make camp, get to sleep, and actually get up at a decent hour. That's my water source. It's not much, but it's enough for me. Not the best pitch I've gotten, but it's a little snug. One tie out's in the trees, one tie out's in the snow. I bet I didn't explain why I got a late start. I bet it was pretty obvious that it was a late start. I laid down to cowboy camp, and the stars started coming out, and I laid there for hours, pointing out constellations I saw, noting how far they had moved as time went by. So I was up fairly late, got up at a decent hour, and fell back asleep. And then from there, just a matter of morning coffee and using the facilities. This is another beautiful campsite